Hey guys, Crystal Thompson here with Studio Katia project using the new released from January. So you might have seen this on the Creativation channels, and if you have not, let me show you what we got. We're going to be using the peony trimmings. It's a beautiful floral set, and if you have the matching die cuts for the peony trimmings, makes it super cool. However, we're not going to be using the flowers, we're going to be using the sentiments, and in this case we are going to be using the I adore you, as we're trying to create a masculine color card for our Valentine's Day. So with that being said, we're going to use this for the sentiments, and they're really nice bold sentiments. Then for our background, we're using the zigzag stripes, and look what a fun geometric stamp that we got, and we're reusing our Misty for this, just that we want to get sure that we got all those lines. And then we're going to be using this beautiful die, and I've already pre-cut it just to show you what it looks like. This is going to be great for covers. If you watch some of our previous videos where we cut the scraps and use the scraps, we can use those. But in this case, we are going to use it as a cover die. And if you choose, you can separate them so you can just get the scallop with the little dots, and then you get this separately. And last but not least, we are using the Silver Fever confetti, and little silver confettis have a bit of an iridescent cover to it, so it's not like any other silver confettis that you find. These are very specific and made for Studio Katia, so let's get started. Alright, so now that we have our products, I have the super cool stamp set ready to go on my Misty, and then I have the inner parts. Let me show you what we did. So I had already die cut the scallop shape from this, and then I went ahead and from the same cardstock I did try to cut a square or rectangle here that would fit within that, but it wouldn't expose outside of the lines of the scallops. So this is going to be the background, and we're not doing a shaker card. I feel like a lot of our design team members for Studio Katia do really well with that, and that's not my forte. I just want to show you a different way to use a shaker hexagon in a different way. I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Up! Ink, and this is Night of Navy, and use whatever you have in your craft room. I just felt like this was just a really pretty card, really pretty cardstock, and matching ink to use with it. So we're going to go ahead and stamp this down. And again, you don't have to use a Misty. I just felt that the Misty would really allow to get those really clean and crisp lines. And if you had a missing patch, such as like I did, you can go back and fix it. So there you have it. It's super fun, geometric. And then we can go ahead and begin the assembly of our card. So I'm going to just move this aside and begin putting this together. So I do have a piece of matching Night of Navy cardstock, and you're going to want to use some flat adhesive such as a Tombow Runner. And in this case, I'm using the Scrap Put Adhesives Runner Grand. Giving that just a little bit of drying time so we don't get any little stripes on our fingers. And then we're going to use the flat adhesive, put it on the back. And then we are going to center this onto that blue cardstock. And make sure that you try to get even edges. That way when you put on your scallop, it's going to be even edges with that as well. So now that that's done, we're going to come back, flip this around, and we are going to add pieces of foam. So for this, Studio Katia has just released some foam adhesive, and it's a huge roll, and it's my absolute favorite, and it comes in black and in white. And in this case, I am using the white strip just because of that white cardstock, but usually when we're doing dark on dark, I like to use the black roll. So be sure to go check that out. It's huge. It's like the size of a pizza, and I think it's going to be great for doing shaker cards. Part of the new release, Katia did release some amazing acetate sheets for your shakers. And so again, I can't wait to see what the DT members do with all that acetate. So we're going to place our scallop hexagon die here. Make sure that none of your foam's popping out, and you just flip it over, and it's just going to make it pop. You don't have to use a ton of foam, and the reason why is that you're not really doing any shakers, so there's no need to try to, cover up the ends of that. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that cover. We're going to bring in another piece of that Night of Navy, and then we're going to do some heat embossing of our sentiment. All right, so I have my embossing powder ready to go. And we're going to be using silver to coordinate with that silver fever confetti that we just acquired. So I'm going to stamp the Thinking of You from the Peony stamp set and try to center it if you can. And if you find that you messed up on that pre-cut strip, you can very easily just flip this over, re-stamp, and try again. We're going to add again that silver embossing powder. And guys, I'm going to be linking all the products to the Studio Katia store so you can find them. And this release is absolutely stunning. I really like all the geometric elements to it. So we're going to do some heat embossing pretty quickly. And you will see that silver just pop up the minute it has heated up and set. And that is done. Look how pretty. We're going to add a little bit of foam tape to the back of this and place it on our card. All right, so I have my sentiment strip ready to go. I'm going to place it down here below because I don't want to take away from the really cool geometric pattern that we have going on. Last but not least, we are going to begin adding those silver fever confetti, and we're just going to add these to the edges. And you can totally do like a faux shaker card by adding the sequins in the inside of those shapes, those hexagons, and it would be really, really fun because it would look like it's a shaker, but then you wouldn't have the acetate, and it would just take one step from it. So guys, that does it for me. Thank you so much for joining me today on this new card using the brand new release from Studio Katia. This is Crystal Thompson. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you really enjoyed it, be sure to click subscribe so you get notifications free of charge of new videos using Studio Katia products to get lots of encouragement and inspiration. Thank you again. Be sure to give all those thumbs ups and likes and all that. Leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts on the brand new release. Thank you. Have an amazing day.